Good to go.
I know, it's like,
So thank you. So one of the things that I'm going to do in this next hour, we've got a lot of things kind of on the agenda today that I'm really excited about. But we're actually going to start with a little relaxation and getting our blood kind of coursing through our bodies and loosening up a little bit. So I invited Dr. Kathy Gurman, who is with Westwood Family Chiropractic, to come back to us today. She did a session for us. I can't remember what month it was, but I'm thinking it was maybe July
it was
or
definitely
August.
once we were in quarantine, right? It was
Oh
definitely,
yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm thinking June
So
or July. Yeah.
right, yeah, and it was wonderful. I learned so much about posture. After that, I kept sticking my collarbone out because I
Good.
realized that I've been doing too much of this, at the
Yeah,
desk.
we all have.
So
Yeah.
all right. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing with this whole quarantine madness is that for so many of us that we've become more sedentary, and it's you have to work extra hard to keep your body moving when you're stuck at home all day.
Yep.
So, I wanted Dr. Gurman to come on and just kind of walk us through a little bit of chair yoga, so you can do it right where you're sitting. And you three ladies that are together at Colleen's house, you might want to give yourself a little bit of room to, but make sure that you can all see Dr. Gurman. And then when we're done with that, we'll kind of continue. But she's got patients to see. So we need to kind of be respectful of her time, which is why we wanted to put her first in the program.
Thank you. And
So,
Lisa, I'm just going to tell you, I'm in a room in my back office and I don't have a clock. So, I mean, if you can give me a at 3:20, let go like this, I'll just cut out then. So,
oh, yeah. I mean,
okay.
yeah, even
Yeah.
before that,
Yeah. I just
we don't
can't
need
see
you
the
to go like
clock
that.
on here. I don't want to
Yes.
be rude. So,
And
okay.
right now it's like 3:07. So we're
Yeah,
good.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect, perfect. Great. Well, I'm going to switch into my more yoga-like chair. I just wanted to be close to the screen. And first, I just want to say a couple of things. I love that we commented on the background, Lisa, because really what that's doing is calming us down. Water is calming to see the motion of the fish, the pretty colors. And really, the way to take care of yourself right now is to decrease the amount of stress that you have. And whatever stress you might have had before March of last year is, compounded. Hopefully, you're feeling a little bit less stress now. I am super hopeful. We have never, ever been busier in our office right through the pandemic once we reopened in April, because people, and I'm sure you feel this yourself, want to be healthy. And they are understanding, if this is anything that's come out of this, that you have to take care of yourself from the inside out. No one else is going to do it, whether you get the vaccine or not. You really need to be healthy. So, and I think you've all heard what Lisa was talking about was all this sitting we're doing. And you've probably heard this catchphrase from even before the pandemic that sitting is the new smoking. So, 50 years ago, people smoked and they didn't think anything of it or they ignored it. Now we know that's not good for you. And too much sitting is not great for you. And the other problem with sitting is what we are doing while we're sitting is looking at a computer. Okay. Now, gratefully, we're able to do that so we can connect with people, but we have people hours and hours and hours a week in the same position on a computer, from young people to old people. And watch what happens to my neck if I'm sitting at a computer. You see how it goes forward? That's not what you want. Probably some of you have already been experiencing some neck and shoulder discomfort. So I have been teaching yoga for many years, and it's one of the things I like to teach my patients. So I'm going to go through just a few poses with you that anyone can do anytime. And just in this few minutes, you'll feel some relief in that neck and shoulder area. Okay. So just sit in a chair. Any kind of chair is fine. If something hurts you a lot, like pinching, pain, that's a sign to stop. But if you feel muscles that are stretching and pulling, that's a good thing. All right. So feet flat on the floor if possible, and lift your chest. I'm so glad Lisa remembered something from last time. Um, when I was young, and for a lot of women, when they're young, your mother would say, put your shoulders back, you're hunched over, right? But pushing your shoulder backs never fixed anything, because you did it for a minute and then you were back to carrying your books or whatever. But if you think about this instruction, which is lifting from the middle of your chest, this is your sternum, your breastbone right here. If you think about that lifting, it lifts your whole rib cage, your whole carriage lifts, and it puts your head in a better position. So let's try that. Just lift from your rib cage the whole time. Even if your low back arches in a little, it's okay. You want to lift from the rib cage. Great. And now bring your arms out to the side with your palms facing the floor and just press them back a little bit in your armpit. So with the sitting too much and the carrying, we end up being this way. We want to open our spine this way. And then turn your palms up to the ceiling and stretch them out. I mean, yoga, if someone looked at you, would be like, that is no big deal. There's so many yoga poses, but it is. Feel the muscles, tighten that muscle under there, your tricep, try to suck it into the bone and stretch through your ring finger, which is the hardest one to stretch through, and see if you get more stretch out of there. Good. And now bring your hands up. I'm going to move my camera, but arms go straight up and the palms face each other. So for some people, their neck and their elbows and shoulders are tight and they may be here with bent elbows. If you can straighten, straighten. And then if you can straighten, you can bring closer to your ears. But I don't care if you're here or here. It's just getting those arms up. Lift up. Take a deep breath in. Inhale and try to lift from the sides of the ribs. You can always get taller than where you are. Inhale again and exhale. Bring your arms out to the side really wide and then bring them down to your side. Good. Okay. The next pose, you're going to take your hands in front of you and cross. Look which thumb is on top because you're going to forget for the second side. And then turn your palms towards your camera inside out. Good. So for some of us, we can straighten our elbows easily here. For others, we can't, and it's fine. So push through the palm of your hand. And then on the inhale, you probably know where we're going. We're going to lift up and then push up even higher. So you might be here. That's fine. If your arms are straight, then you push the palms up closer to the ceiling. Good. And if your arms are straight, you bring your arms back a little, even if they're not. And now everyone look up at your hands if it doesn't hurt your neck. Look up and push your hands up as if you're going to touch the ceiling. Good. And now keeping the chest lifted, just bring the head back to center, but try to keep that front chest lifting up. Good. Straighten your elbows, push up, 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 and then bring your hands in front of you. Keep them crossed. Before you uncross them, switch the cross. So the other thumb is on top. Good. And then turn the palms inside out again. And your body is bilateral. It has two sides. So in every pose that's done, every pose is done on each side. One side will be easier than the other. And now inhale. And as you inhale, lift. And then push up again. If you can straighten your elbows anymore, do that. I often like to think about someone lifting my arms from the socket, pushing me up to the ceiling. Good. And now look up again and bring that chest higher to your hands. And then bring the head down with the arms lifted. Inhale one more time. Exhale, bring those arms straight down. Good. I'm going to move my camera a little bit and so that you can see me more. We're going to do a spinal twist, which is really great. One of my other favorite things to do while sitting. So you're going to do opposite of me. Take your right hand and just put it anywhere across your thigh. Okay, across your thigh. Keep your elbow straight. So I'm keeping my palm right on my thigh. And then you're going to take your back hand and either hold the back of your chair or the seat of your chair or the arm of your chair, anywhere you can grab. And then watch. I'm going to inhale. And then I'm going to turn to the side where my arm is. And you're going to feel a nice twist on the side you're turning away from. Yeah, really good. Turn. Very safe for your spine as long as your feet are on the ground. So breathe in. And then when you breathe out, turn a little bit more. You're most likely turning to your left side. Turn. Good. And then release that and come back to center. I'm telling you, no matter what's going on with your spine, that's safe because you're sitting and your pelvis is supported. Take your other hand, your left hand, put it over your right thigh, and then bring your right hand somewhere on your chair. Bridge chairs are great if you're ever going to do a longer class because you have space there. And I would never recommend doing these on a couch or a bed. You need a firm support. So now left hand, right thigh, inhale. As you exhale, turn to that right side, turn all the way around. Use your arms to help you turn. Good. Roll that shoulder, roll both your shoulders back, turn, and then come back to the center. Good. So those are really my favorite things for the low back. And you can do that a few times a day. So do another arm pose. Bring your arms out to the side. And now you're going to bring them up. I'm going to bend my elbows so you can see. I want you to hook your thumbs, see, like you're doing a shadow puppet, and then raise your arms up. Sorry, I keep up to changing my angle. Bring your hands up all the way up. Yeah, stretch through your fingers up and also stretch your pinky fingers out away from your thumbs. Bring those arms higher up. As you inhale, come a little forward on your sit bones and then lift those arms higher. Good. Keep your chin parallel with the floor. Stretch the fingers from side to side and stretch them up. Now, without bringing your hands down, you're going to cross the thumb hold and then stretch your arms up again. Excellent. Breathe in, breathe out. Stretch your pinkies, lift your arms higher. Can always go higher. Good. And then release the thumbs, bring your arms out to the side and down. Good. Next, bring your arms out to the side. And now you're going to cross your right arm over your left. So I'm crossing as high up as I can. For some of us, it might be here, wherever you can get. Then bend your elbows if you have that accessibility and bring the backs of your forearms together. Now, some people might be right here. And if this is challenging, you can hold your shoulders like that. But if you can keep your arms up, that's great. And if you're flexible, you might be able to catch your pinky and your thumb, but it's okay if you can't. And then bring your hands in front of you. Now you're going to have to peek out the side to see me. But I want you to notice if you pull your shoulders away from your ears, I'm exaggerating, pull them down, you'll feel like a nice massage in your upper trapezius muscles. Pull them down. Good. And then this hand that's very close to your face, pull it away a little bit. Yeah. So you have space there. This is eagle pose. And an eagle has really far, far vision. So as you look around your hands, try to just soften your eyes and focus way far away. We watch so many screens every day for hours that it's good to look out forward. Good. And then inhale. On the exhale, bring your arms out and leave them out. And now come in front with your left arm crossing over your right. Cross at the elbow or higher, forearms together, and then pinky or forearm, fronts of the palms together if possible. Again, one side's going to be, this is so easy, and the other side, maybe not so much. Now, again, shoulders down. You notice how they go like this when we're stressed or cold or change positions, down, away from our ears. And then pull the hands a little bit away from your face. Okay. And then breathe. Keep pulling the shoulders down. Good. Everybody's good. And what I love about yoga is everybody works at their own pace. I sometimes people that can only do this. Okay. Whatever you can do, you do. And then inhale. Exhale. Bring your arms out and bring them down. Good. I've got one more pose. I think that'll be really helpful. Yeah, we're good. Bring your right arm straight up. And now you're going to pat yourself on the back, that shoulder blade. Take your left hand and help your elbow by like pulling it up. So I'm using my bottom fingers to pull my elbow up and I'm pressing on my forearm to push it down like that. Good. Then release your other arm. And in the full pose, this arm goes, I'm going to turn around, goes across your waist like that. Okay. Can't even see, across the waist. And then if you can wiggle it up, imagine your fingers touching. Some of you might be super flexible. You can touch your fingertips. You can grab your shirt in the back and pull, or at another point, you can use a strap or a belt. The point is that that top elbow pulls up to the ceiling. You feel how that opens your ribs and the bottom pulls down. It's a really good shoulder opener. And now we're going to release. Top arm up and down, bottom arm out and down. Always go out of a yoga pose the way you went in. So you're going to do your second side. So now you're going to lift your left arm straight up, lift higher, feel the ribs on the left stretching, and then bend your elbow, pat yourself on the shoulder, take your right hand and really stretch that arm up to the ceiling, the point to the ceiling. Good. And take that arm to the side, your right arm, bend it at your waist, and then just kind of walk it up. Some people are more flexible in the shoulders. A lot of men, their muscles are so big, they don't have the flexibility, but it's okay. Wherever you're at is perfect for yoga. The yogis say we may take many lifetimes to get all our poses down. We just keep working the best we can every day. Breathe in, breathe out, and then bring that arm up and down and bring the other one out to the side and down. And I'm just gonna, Lisa, I just have one more thing. I want to close with this. Just watch your posture, sit high. And here's a really good, this is not a prayer, but it's just a way to center yourself by putting your hands together and hooking your thumbs under your wishbone, your diaphragm, and just sitting like that. You know, you could see like yogis or Buddhists sitting, but it's a very calming, lift your chest, you press your palms together, and it's very calming to just even close your eyes for a minute and sit like this and just breathe, because your palms have a lot of energy and they feel the sensation from the other. And then release your hands down. Take a breath and exhale. I'm sorry,
Namaste.
that was like speed chair yoga, but can you see in like 13 or 14 minutes how many things you can do?
Absolutely. That was fabulous. I feel
I know.
like relaxed and energetic at the same
Like,
time.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly, like different. So,
Yeah.
there's so much. I've been teaching forever. I go on YouTube a lot. Just look up easy yoga or chair yoga. We're trying to get our YouTube channel together, but
Yeah.
we're Westwood Family Chiropractic. We have a big website. You can check us out. We offer Zoom workshops once a week, and we're here to help. So anything you need, but it's always important that people learn to take care of themselves from the inside out. And this is one way to do it. And you can do this because you're home and you're on the computer. So just stretch.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gurman. That was fabulous. Yeah,
Anytime,
we
and
have people.
maybe at another point,
Yeah.
I would be happy to do a full 20 minutes if you want, if it's not on my work schedule, or we could set up a whole class for that, which
Yeah,
I'm
that we'll
happy to do.
talk. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. That would be
great.
wonderful. Thank
Have a
you.
great meeting, everybody. Thank you for
You too.
participating.
Thank you, Dr.
You're
Gurman.
welcome. Thanks, Lisa. Bye.
Bye-bye. So yeah, that was fabulous. And it's funny that she mentioned a full length class. I'm actually going to be getting out some information later in March. We're going to be having towards the end of the March a full length chair yoga class with some stretching and breathing and meditation along with it from the Christian Healthcare Center. They have a speaker series and they're going to be working with us to bring a host of different health related topics. So keep an eye open for that. So, Barbara, I invited Barbara Beeman back. She's also been a performer before on our Zooms for our Social Connects and Happy Hour. Her and her husband, Bill, who are just fabulous, fun entertainers. And you're going to need to unmute yourself, Barbara. But she's going to do one song first, and then we'll do a few different announcements and kind of get going with a few other things. But after that nice exercise, I feel like we need a little fun, a little entertainment.
Okay, well, we're going to start off with a Louis Armstrong song.
Perfect.
Well, I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? But what they're really saying is, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, they're so pretty in the sky. They're also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? What they're really saying is I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you guys. We
I
chose
love
that
that
one
song.
for you know, it you really miss people saying hello to you and all those things. So but we can have it virtually too, okay?
Absolutely. That's a beautiful song, Barbara, and I love your version of it, and I love the way that Bill accompanies you on the guitar. So thank you so much. And we're going to
Okay.
have a couple more songs as well. So hang in there with us. I invited a couple of other folks to do a little speaking today, and one of them is Jody Murphy, who everybody here knows Jody. So I feel like I don't have to do any, actual formal introductions. But one of the things you may not know about Jody, besides all the different hats that she wears, is that she's also very active on our green team, and is one of the, I guess, maybe co-founders of what's called the Arts Amble or Bergen Creative, right? The Arts Amble.
So the Arts Amble is something that came from Creative Bergen.
Creative Bergen.
And
Yes.
Creative Bergen came from the Sustainable New Jersey Bergen County Hub, which I was a part of. So I went over with the group that wanted to form the County Arts Committee, which is Creative Bergen. The idea for the Arts Amble actually came from one of the members of Creative Bergen, Mark Olson, who used to live in Minnesota, where they did a meander where he lived, an arts meander. And we used that as the inspiration for the Arts Amble. So it's a really interesting event that I think is going to be great for people to get involved with, people to go see. It's a 3-day event. And I know Lisa asked me to talk about that a little bit, as well as some green team things.
Yes.
So if you want me to go ahead, I'll go ahead with that.
Please, yes.
Okay, so I do know everybody here. So hi, everybody. It's good to see everybody. I did run into Sarah and Colleen's pod a few times over the summer when they were working out at the pool. So it's good to see you guys again. So yeah, for green team, Lisa asked me to mention some ways that we can be more green around home and in our personal lives. And just some quick and easy tips for that. Reducing the amount of packaging we use. So anytime you can use reusable bags when you're getting produce at the store, even putting it in a reusable bag rather than a plastic bag is a great way to minimize the amount of packaging you're using. Another thing, it looks like Roseanne has a lot of plants behind her right now because of her background. I do have a plant behind me. Actually, the room I'm in, I have 9 plants, but keeping house plants. Houseplants is very good because houseplants, they create oxygen, which we all need lots of, but they're good for reducing mold in your house. The plants actually filter the air and improve the air quality in your home. On a larger scale, trees do that for our environment, and we want to make sure that we're keeping those trees around. I'm also on the Shade Tree Committee, so if you haven't gotten your free tree in Westwood, reach out because you should get one for your curb area. We want to keep those trees and keep those plants. The other thing you can do around your home is draft proofing. So I'm sure we all know when that draft is coming through a window or a door. My front door has a gap on the sides that when it's cold out, my heat's running and I can feel that breeze coming through. So there's all sorts of nifty solutions for that. I know I've seen the little bumpers that you put at the bottom of your door that you can just move out of the way. It's like a little pillow bumper. You can get different weather fittings that can fit into the doors, into the windows that will help with that. The other thing is in one of the places I lived, the draft was coming through the outlets. It turns out when they had constructed, they didn't really put the insulation around the outlets. So there was quite a draft from coming through that. So what happens is when you have drafts coming into your house, oh, Roseanne's got it, but it's hiding in the grass. There we go. An insulation kit. That's perfect. That's going to reduce the amount of time the heat's running because your house is going to stay sealed and it's going to stay warmer, which is going to reduce your carbon footprint as far as energy is concerned. And the last tip with that is also how we eat. So when we eat local, when we get local produce, local meats, we're reducing our carbon footprint. The one thing I'm going to say that fortunately we're on Zoom, so nobody can throw anything at me. You can pretend and I'll know you're trying to, but reducing the amount of red meat you eat definitely is much better for the environment. I'm not going to tell anybody to give it up completely. I myself have not eaten red meat in 3 decades, but I know a lot of people enjoy their steak and their burgers. You can always switch to a turkey burger, less of a carbon footprint, but I'm not going to force it on anyone. But if you're eating 2 or 3 steaks a week and you can cut that back to 1 steak a week and maybe some poultry instead, or vegetarian meals, it's less of a carbon footprint and better for our planet and energy. And now just to kind of relay that into the Arts Amble. So the Green Team is going to sponsor a venue for the Arts Amble, and Celebrate Westwood is sponsoring for Arts Amble as well. So I'm sure Roseanne could speak to that, but I'm very excited that we're going to have multiple locations. One of the things the Green Team is going to be doing is holding a contest. So we want to see what people can make out of materials that can be recycled. So your plastic bottles, your glass jars, anything you would throw in the recycling container, what kind of artwork can you make out of that? The other thing is if you are an artist who already does that type of thing or does things where you repurpose things into art or into usable things, we want to display your work. So I'm not looking at anybody specific, Joey Drew, but
Joey, Miss Joey, we're going to steal it all from your front lawn and enter it.
Exactly. You do exactly what the Green Team wants to display. So just keep that in the front of your mind, not the back of your mind, because we will be reaching out. And then the Arts Amble will be June 11th through the 13th, which coincides with some of what Celebrate Westwood had planned for the summer. I'm going to not speak about that because Roseanne's going to know that information much better. But we're excited that that kind of coincides because we want to bring lots of people to enjoy the art in Westwood, to enjoy our Westwood restaurants, and to just keep our town vibrant and lively. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out. All of you know where to find me.
I really did not even think about that with house plants. I love house plants, and it never really occurred to me that that would be a good thing to have for my air quality in my home. I have the kind like you have. Are those the money trees behind you, the money plants?
That one, I got this one at Market House, and I love house
Funny
plants.
story about that. I went to go buy it, but you had already gotten there like an hour before.
Well, and it was funny because I reserved it for like 5 hours. I'm like, I'm going to do some more shopping, but I don't want to carry this. Can I leave it here?
I think it was
Yeah, they have some, it's fabulous. They have some beautiful plants at Market House.
They really do. Very healthy plants too. I am not going to say I am a plant expert. I rely on those little plant cards that tell me if it should be in the sun or not. And if I keep a plant alive, it becomes like a trophy of my success with, plants, because, at least the dogs tell me they're there. The plants, I got to remember to water them. So I'm proud of my plants and that they're all living right now. And if you're looking for a plant, I definitely recommend Market House.
Market House is good. Yeah.
Nice, beautiful, healthy plants.
I got a few from
Trade called Mother-in-Law's Tongue. It's like a long, like spiky kind of looking. Grows like kind of like in a pod, like tall. And that's supposed to be really great for air quality.
That one, actually, I was reading about that today. That one reduces mold in the air.
Fascinating. Wow. So we all learned something, hopefully.
Something.
I'm not the only one that learned something. So maybe that's a good segue for you, Roseanne, to talk about the Celebrate Westwood stuff, because Jody did kind of give us a little tease.
Sure. Well, the first thing I want to mention is at the rec department, we're getting ready to launch yoga for a free class for March. So if you want to go onto the Community Pass link, you can sign up for yoga with Tori, and for March, the regular adult class will be like a free trial class. And then starting in April, it'll be twice a week outdoors. So that will be that flyer will be coming out in about a week or so. Maybe as soon as Monday. We're just waiting on some information. For Celebrate Westwood, yes, we are ramping up Arts on the Avenue. So we want artists and musicians, dancers, student artists are great, poets, writers, anything in the artistic world.
I want to hire a mime.
Like, yeah, exactly. Mimes, magicians.
Magician would be great. Maybe David Blaine is available.
Yeah, exactly. So if you go on to celebratewestwood.org and you go under the arts and culture section, you'll see information there about registering yourself if you're an artist or a performer, or if you know anyone who is, you can point them there. We'll be kicking off in June with Mama D and the Vexations, who did a concert for us last summer, and so we're bringing them back to kick us off.
They're
and
great.
We've gotten already some submissions from a bluegrass band and a dance team, and a really fun artist who has a national touring program that she'd like to bring to Westwood.
Wow.
Using keys as a way of telling stories. So it's interesting. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully we can get that wrapped up shortly. For the Arts Amble weekend, June 11, 12, and 13th, on the 12th, we'll be hosting day-long events at the bandstand, and we're offering ourselves to Creative Bergen, the park, to be a hosting venue for any artists who might not have a home space that they feel comfortable having people visiting. So they could come to Westwood, set up a table, a canopy, but not a tent, and show off their art. And that's what's happening right now. We're wrapping up Love the Hub, which was wonderful. I hope everyone got to see the really fantastic hearts that everybody was making, and lots of love being shared throughout town. So that was great. And Dine the Hub promotion, Restaurant Month is still ongoing because so many of the restaurants contributed prizes. We were able to keep on going. So we're super excited about that. And in March, we're going to be launching a little social media campaign called Meet Me. And you'll have to stay tuned to learn more about that.
The tease. Did you see that Debbie's asking if you'll be looking for volunteers to help at the event? So
yes, we definitely are. And on the celebratewestwood.org, there's a volunteer section, and you can fill out a form there.
Great. And as we get information from Celebrate Westwood, because Roseanne wears multiple hats as well, she works for Westwood for All Ages. She'll also include that in our Westwood for All Ages e-newsletter. So you guys will be kept apprised of everything. So, and welcome, Martha. I see that you made it. We're going to turn it over to you in just a little bit. But first, two things. One is, I like my little games, my little polls. So, and it's got to be Westwood centric, at least for part of it. So I'm going to start off with a little teaser question for all of you. I hope everybody knows the answer to this question. If you don't, then you're going to learn something new today. And that is, what is the name of the newest eatery in Westwood? which is going to be a tough one to answer because we've had a couple lately. So if you look on your screen, you should see that you should be able to answer. I know that you've got three ladies together, so between the three of you, you can try to answer that question. So we've got BNS Kitchen, Jack Potatoes, Playa Bowls, or Osteria Crescendo. So which is the newest? Okay, we've got 8 answers. So I'm going to go ahead and share the results. I'm so proud of you guys. You know, yay, Jack Potatoes. And the second newest one, though, is B&S Kitchen, which, by the way, we'll be raffling off a gift certificate to towards the end of this program. So that should be incentive for you to not log out until we're done. Barbara, how would you like to regale us with another song?
Well, yes, of course we would. We're going to do an original that Bill wrote, and actually, Chrissy Roberts sings on this one with us, and but she's not here right now.
We should have invited Chrissy.
Oh, we should have. Yes, here's our newest recording. Will things get better? I'm closer to the sidewalk than the sky, nearer to the how than the why. Well, I'm caught between the hammer and a nail, somewhere between paradise and jail. Will things get better before too long? Will things get better in a world gone wrong? And I'm stuck between the pages of a book, a place where strangers never really look. And I think I need a brand new coat of paint to cover up the fears, the lies, the hate. Will things get better before too long? Will things get better in the world gone wrong? And there's more road behind than up ahead. What little gold I have has turned to lead. High upon a snowy mountain peak, I can have the vision that I seek. Will things get better before too long? Will things get better in a world gone wrong? And I'm closer to the sidewalk than the sky. I'm nearer to the how than the why. And I'm caught between a hammer and a nail, somewhere between paradise and jail. Will things get better before too long? Will things get better in a world gone wrong? In a world gone wrong.
Yay. I love that song. That's original.
Okay, that's Bill's original tune, and this is our new CD. You can order it from us if you want. Beeman and Bannon Band, just in case you really want to hear music. And besides that, you can come see my photo show. It's called Nature's Mirror. It's at the Visual Arts Center of New Jersey, and it runs through April 4th.
Oh, that's fabulous.
It's-
Can you put in the chat your website so that if people want to follow you or get your music, they'll know where to find you?
That would be lovely. Yes, I will.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So Martha is with us today. Hi, Martha. How are you doing? Where is she? Is she still
Right
here?
here.
Oh, yeah, there you are.
Sorry, I'm
No,
fine.
no, no. That's okay. You've had a lot going on at the library. I feel like every week I'm seeing more and more things up on your page of programs for young and old alike. And you know, we've collaborated with the Coffee and Conversation. We had our first one last Friday, but
Yes.
I was starting to tell the group you don't have to sign up for all four, even if you miss the first one, because each week it's a different
Yeah,
podcast, a different story, a different gathering.
that's right.
So you can come to any of them. We had a little bit of a blip with trying to get the registration link worked out, but I think we finally figured it out.
Yeah, and I will send out the same link again to everybody who registered ever in their lives.
There you go.
Last
Yeah.
time, this time. But I
Yeah.
think it's pretty cool, and the podcasts are very interesting. And this one is a theater podcast, so I thought it was a very interesting experience, and really it was a fun time last week.
Yeah, it really
And
was.
this one I think will be good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What else is happening at the library?
Oh, wow. Well, let's see. So much that I can't remember, I can't think of what to talk about. Well, we do have a program coming up in March called, I thought this is very clever on my part, Become, become become pollinator friendly. And it's about, get it? Become. And it's
Become, yes,
about
okay.
animal pollination. There was a movie that came out last year, I think, called the Pollinator, and it won like 1 million awards, and it was really, really interesting and something. And then there was a podcast also about, from that same one that we listened to last time, that 99% Invisible, about this the bee events and
Yes.
pollination events.
Yes.
It was I've never heard of such a thing. It was fascinating. Anyway, this movie was all about that, and like I said, it won a bunch of awards. Well, there's a short film that features some of the same people, and it's about the same issues, and it takes place in New Jersey. So it's a short New Jersey film about pollination and pollinators, and it's about 20 minutes long or something like that. So I'm combining that with a talk about pollination and how important it is for pollinators. They're responsible for 80% of our food sources, and we can become pollinator friendly here in Westwood, and especially with the community garden maybe coming back online here in Westwood. It's something that we can all learn to do a better job of in our own homes and in our communities. So I hope you participate in that. That's in March
Okay.
11th, I think.
March 11th. Okay. And so we'll also share that information as well with our Westwood for All Ages e-newsletter. So we can help spread the word. So a lot going on between that and the yoga coming with the rec program. We'll be having also a series of some health related webinars on Zoom through Christian Healthcare Center. We're going to be doing chair yoga. We'll be doing something along the lines of brain games, things to just kind of stay mentally stimulated. We'll do something on optimizing your nutrition for optimal health. We'll be doing something on, I can't remember what the last one was. I don't remember, but it'll be health related. And if there's any topics that people have any interest in learning about that relate to, I mean, really anything. It could be health, it could be aging, it could be even on current topics. Feel free to let me know, because we have different resources to reach out to different speakers, and there's a lot of people who are willing to come on and talk to us about really anything. I believe there's going to be a webinar at 9 a.m. this Saturday that Lebanon Baptist Church is hosting on COVID fatigue from their women's ministry. We posted it on our Facebook page today, so anybody's welcome to attend that. And then right after that, Mount Zion Baptist Church is doing something on Medicare. So there's no shortage of people wanting to get good information out there. And so we try to circulate it as best we can. So February was one of those interesting months because it's Heart Health Month, it's Valentine's Day, it's Black History Month. Am I missing anything else? Jody, you know all of these. Are there any other months that February is known for? But those are sort of like the main ones, right?
Did you say President's Day?
Yeah, we don't care about President's Day, but yes, President's Day.
They don't have school that day, so they're very happy about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That
I
made
like
it
President's Day.
That made it everybody's favorite holiday of the month, better
Yeah.
than Valentine's Day, I'm sure. So anyway, so I was looking for little poll questions that we could do around those different sorts of things. So this one is around Black History Month. Let's see how well you know your Black history when it comes to the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. So this asks the question, what was the name of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s father's church? Do you know? Is it Ebenezer Baptist? Is it Atlanta Southern Baptist? Is it the Southern Church of the People, or is it Atlanta Tabernacle? It could probably be any one of those, but which one do you think? So we've got 5, 6 people have answered, and I know a few of you are together, so that's probably all we can get on there. So let's see. Oh, somebody just changed their vote. Nope, 7. Okay, we're locking it in now. So let's see how we did. The correct answer is Ebenezer Baptist. So good
Ooh.
job. 4 of you knew that. Yep, yep. And then I don't even think that Southern Church of the People is even a real church. So, that was just kind of thrown in there. Okay, and then I'm going to do one related to heart health, and then we're going to move along here. So let's see if you know, how much does the average human heart weigh? How much does the average human heart weigh? Is it 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 1 pound, or less than 1 pound? What do you think?
How much does it weigh?
Yeah, how much does the average human heart weigh? Think about where your heart is. And if you ever took an anatomy and physiology class and had to like weigh organs in college. Okay, so we've got 5 answers. Anybody else? We got 6, 7. Okay, so we got 7 that have answered. 8. Okay, here we go. And the correct answer is less than 1 pound.
Oh,
So not by much, but yes, it is less than 1 pound. See, don't ever let it be said that these are not educational meetings as well. So I'm just looking at the time. It's 3:53. So one of the things that I want to do before we have Barbara sing another song is do a little raffle. So Roseanne has put everybody's names into, I would say a hat, but I don't think it's a hat. I'm guessing it's a bowl of some sort.
just your
Or
hands.
it's just her hands.
It's neither. I'm just gonna throw them up and
You're going to throw them all up in the air and then come down, and then whoever. So let me tell you what the raffle is for. I love this little gift bag. This is the gift bag that they gave me at B&S Kitchen, and this is the gift card for it. And it's $20, and it includes a little menu. So if you haven't been to B&S yet, they're right on Westwood Avenue, where it's been a number of things. It was Goldberg's at one time. It was Cafe, or not Cafe, Sogno. It was, what was the Italian place that it was just before this? Does anybody remember?
Palos.
Palos. And now it's B&S Kitchen. And B&S stands for bread and salad. And they have a fabulous salad bar that you just tell them, they put together a bowl for you, and you just tell them what ingredients to put in there. And they have hot sandwiches and cold sandwiches and fabulous soups, absolutely fabulous hot
I think
soups.
they had a promo today, $3 salads.
Ooh, so whoever wins this, you can go and, well, actually, you're not going to get the gift certificate today because I have to deliver it, but I will deliver it to your home. So whoever wins needs to stay on at the end of this Zoom when everybody else leaves, and after I've turned everything off from recording, so I can get your address and bring you the gift. So Roseanne, who is the lucky winner of the B&S gift
Well,
certificate?
before I do that drawing, Lisa, I
Okay.
put the post that you mentioned, the links to the Facebook posts in the chat.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Mount Zion's
Yes, on our Facebook. Yeah.
COVID fatigue. Okay, ready? Here we go.
She literally threw him
Didn't
up in
go
the
very
air.
well. Let me try that again. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
The winner is Judith.
Judith Newell, congratulations. So have you been there yet, Judith? You're muted. There we go.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes.
I thank you very much, but I'm not a Westwood resident, so I don't think it's fair for me to accept. So
Where do you live, Judith?
Emerson.
Good enough. We don't discriminate. It's not that much farther for me to drive to your house either, so don't worry about that.
All right.
You're an honorary Westwood resident because you've been on our coffee and conversation and you've been a part of our group and all of that. And we can't help it if if Westwood's better than Emerson and just has so much more to offer that you would want to come and join us. So, and now that you've won a prize, you can be the ambassador for Westwood there in Emerson and tell them how much more wonderful we are.
Okay.
So, just kidding. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Barbara and Bill to do one more song, and then we'll just stay on for a few minutes, and everybody will have a chance to talk a little bit before we say goodnight or goodbye for the day.
Okay, hey, we're going to do Baby Won't You Please Come Home. It's a Bessie Smith tune. I've got the blues, why I feel so lonely. I give the world if I could only make you understand. It surely would be grand. I'm gonna telephone my baby, ask him, won't you please come home? 'Cause when you're gone, I worry all day long. Baby, won't you please come home? Baby, won't you please come home? And I have tried in vain, never more to call your name. When you left, you broke my heart. That will never make us part. Every hour of the day you're gonna hear me say, baby, won't you please come home? I mean, baby, won't you please come home? I said, baby, won't you please come home? 'Cause your mama, she's all alone. And I have tried in vain, never more to call your name. When you left, you broke my heart. That will never make us part. Landlord's getting worse, gotta move May 1st. Baby, won't you please come home? I mean, baby, won't you please come home?
Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you guys. Thank you
So-
so much for having us.
I'm so thrilled that you guys were free to come and serenade us. Your music is really delightful. That's just the word that just comes right up the top of my head. It's such a delight. So thank you.
so much.
I almost forgot we have another gift card that I had completely forgotten about. So we're going to do one more drawing. And this one is going to be for Joe's Craft Pies.
Lisa's favorite.
My favorite. I love their pot pies, by the way. They're so good. So this is going to be for a $20 gift card for Joe's Craft Pies that I will deliver to your front door, even if you're in Emerson, but not Judith, because you already got one. Who?
Florence.
Florence. Okay. So
She's in Colleen's pod.
okay, so Florence, if you are able to use the chat feature, and if you know how to chat directly to me individually, send me your address in the chat feature. Is she even paying attention to me? I don't think so. Colleen, the ladies are all talking. They're not. Okay, well.
You have to unmute.
Yeah. Colleen? So hi. So Florence, congratulations. If you are able to, if you can figure out down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a chat feature. And if you click on that, you'll see that you can chat just with me, not to everyone. I see that you live on West End, which is wonderful, but I need a house number. So if you can just do me a favor